And welcome once again. This is the third game I'm casting today, so I am already, like, my voice is shot, but I had to cast this, recast it from last night, because I don't know where it is on the VOD from XTV. We did, once again, cast this game to XTV. This was the Nerd Stars versus Team Fnatic, aka 2 plus 2 equals Fruit, and I've cast the Fruit team before, but I just had to cast it again, because one man in particular on Team Nerd Stars is trying to start a revolution, so we're going to have to watch that. Now, the mid-fight going down here, so I'm going to try and call the action here, but we will go over the rosters in just a second. The initial aggression here going to Fnatic, working very well for them. Tool has gone down for the Nerd Stars so far. Spyro now dying for Team Fnatic, though, and it looks like the Nerd Stars doing a decent job they were doing a decent job of damage, but now they are falling back, and so that means the Tree and Aristotle, the only ones left alive, taking just a bit of damage here from the enemies, but it looks like we should be able to get away here. And while they're doing that, and dropping back to second, and probably dropping back to last, we will go with the rosters. Team Fnatic is actually missing 2 of their main players during this game. Basic from Team 2 plus 2 equals Fruit was letting me know that, yes, they're missing 2 of their players. So they don't have Basic, and they don't have Mastodon. Those are 2 of their starters, so he wanted to say, he just wanted to preface this game by saying that, which I will totally let him do that, but the Nerd Stars nonetheless were really showing some high-skilled stuff during this game, and some really awesome playstyle. So, the Nerd Stars here doing a good job of defending second, despite the fact they almost wiped out there on mid. So both Ubers went down. Nerd Stars Uber went down second, but very, very good pressure out here by the one of these scouts here. Who was that? It was probably Nate Rivers, but it could have been BRELOOM for all I know. No, it was definitely Nate Rivers. He was going out there and doing some very good flanking work. Probably going to try and do that once again, but he wants to make sure his medic stays safe. Of course, that is the good job of everybody in a competitive TF2 game. You've got to make sure your medic stays safe, because if he doesn't, you pretty much lose out on the Ubers that you could have, and then you lose the game. So it looks like Team 2 plus 2 equals Fruit here still holding decisively onto the midpoint, and they look like they want to get ready to push in once again. They do have an Uber advantage here, but can they take advantage of it? And by the way, in case I didn't already say it, this is part of the ESEA Open Playoffs, and yes, we did cast this on XTV Esports. We're doing live casts there every day for the next 2 weeks, so you guys need to go check those out. Wow, look at that. They do force the pop there from the Nerd Stars, but the pop from 2 plus 2 equals Fruit was significantly earlier, and now Nate Rivers doing just a little bit of damage here. But Aristotle and Tool doing more. Now Cord having to drop back away from this soldier, but he does get the kill there with the fierce needles. And so, wow, Cord and Veronica 420 actually should be able to get this cap as long as this scout doesn't do some crazy damage here. BRELOOM trying to do some damage, but no sir. And it looks like Cord here just going to cap the point by himself and then drop back to find somebody to heal. So well done to Team Fnatic here. They're going to have that second point briefly, which means they get a little bit of a better spawn there for Veronica. She will come up at the midpoint. I believe it's a she anyway. I still have not figured that out. Probably should have asked Basic, now that I think about it. But yeah, Fnatic here once again. That's Team 2 plus 2 equals Fruit. Pushing it onto the second point. They have not a significant Uber advantage, so it's not really going to matter pushing into last. Both teams will have an Uber ready to go, but we will see what happens here, and the only off class so far is BRELOOM going on the Engineer. And what is BRELOOM doing so far? Looks like he's running the Gunslinger, so he's going to have looks like some teleporters going up too. And this actually Shadow Puppet explained to me yesterday, and Duder as well. What he's doing with the teleport over here is he's making it so that his medic can be really super mobile whenever he needs to. So the entrance goes down on the right hand side, the exit goes down on the left hand side, and that way once they go back up, the medic can walk over to the right and just walk onto that entrance when he starts taking damage, and then he'll instantly be over on the other side of the battlefield. It's just a neat little trick that you can do when you have to drop back to last and you're not building up a level 3 sentry or anything like that. But yeah, BRELOOM just sitting back here on the dispenser, and so we are seeing whether the Nerd Stars can successfully defend their last point with just an NG and the only off class. The rest of them are, of course, the... oh no, now that I say that, looks like we've got a spy. Nate Rivers actually deciding that it's time for him to off class too. So he is using the... I want to say that's the regular Invis Watch, but that could very well be the Cloak and Dagger, actually. I'm walking out here, and we're going to see if he can't make anything happen. Uh-oh. Very well could have been spotted there. I don't know for sure. It sounds like they are spy checking, so they may realize he's there. Let's just see. Maybe not, but maybe. So Nate Rivers probably not going to have a very easy time getting a backstab here, but if he does, of course, that would be huge. Oh, he's been spotted for sure. That's it, Nate. You're done. Hit the bricks, pal. They're looking for him for sure now. They're like, oh, there's a spy back here. And this is the problem with playing spy in competitive 6v6 especially. The enemies will know where you are for sure. And there he goes. A lucky hit there by a rocket has caused Nate to be spotted. And basically as soon as they kill him, they're probably going to push in because their enemy is 5 men down, or 1 man down, 5 men up. Afro here on team 2 + 2 = Fruit running the sniper, so we're going to have to see if he can't get a kill. Looks like they haven't even managed to kill Nate yet. Nate could get around from behind them, but problem is the fight is already going down. 2 + 2 = Fruit doing a lot of damage so far. The sentry is down now, and they are trying to get in there. Oh, was there actually a kill with that sentry though? Looks like the Frontier Justice did have a crit on it, but it didn't manage to do a lot. BRELOOM does go down, and so, good attempt there by Cord. Problem is, that spy there just came around from behind and revolvered him to death, so Cord is down now. 2 + 2 = Fruit, only 2 left up, 1 left up now. Let's do it live. Did manage to kill the medic here. Cannot quite kill Aristotle, the demo man for the Nerd Stars. So Nerd Stars here did manage to successfully hold on to the last point. We're just going to watch the Juzus cam here for a little bit. Juzus is of course associated with XTV as well. And let's do it live. Just a little bit disappointed there that that his opponent did not die. Only had 2 HP left. So Aristotle, Aristotle going to remain alive for that little bit longer. And interestingly, this was pointed out yesterday on XTV as well, but the tree, the medic for the Nerd Stars, is of course wearing a tree on his head and has the green mask as well, looking like a little bit of foliage there on his face. So the Nerd Stars apparently being healed by a tree. Pretty awesome. Not just a tree, I'm sorry, the tree. I would not want to get that wrong. So we got the sticky traps going up once again for the Nerd Stars, and so they are just digging in for the long haul here. They did not have the opportunity. They only had about 2 players left alive, so they could not push out onto the second point, which means that they are, okay, good attempt at a sticky trap there. It detonated, dealt a little bit of damage. Spyro's now down, so the Uber does come in, but 2 down so far for the 2 + 2 = Fruit team, now 3 down. So yeah, it looks like they are all dying here, and only 1 death so far. Judas ended up dying there for Team Nerd Stars, but there we go. Dana is down, so that is a wipe. Now the Nerd Star is actually going to be able to push back up here, and interestingly, look what's happening. BRELOOM has decided he just wants to stay on the Mini Sentry Engineer, so he is walking out here with that Frontier Justice and getting ready to go, not swapping back to Spy. So, in fact, no, maybe he's running back now. I'm not sure. No, actually, he is staying on the Mini Sentry Engineer. And like I said, I did cast this yesterday. I do know the results, but the results aren't what are even interesting here. What's interesting is that the Nerd Stars are running a Mini Sentry Engineer out to mid, and dealing a lot of damage there. Afro goes down to the Mini Sentry, so BRELOOM initially getting just some very good surprise work there with that Mini down, and I don't think Fnatic, especially not Afro, was ready for that. Oh, and he's got the revenge crits, because, of course, with the Frontier Justice, every kill that your Sentry Gun gets, you get a critical hit for it. So that is why he's using that Frontier Justice. We're going to have to see whether he can make a use of that crit. It's not always easy, but we'll see what happens. He's going to want to hold on to that as long as possible, and now he's got his Mini Sentry set up over here. Meanwhile, the attacking that's going on over here, Afro getting decently close to try and knock out the tree. If he'd gotten one more meat shot off on the tree, he might have actually gotten that kill. Sadly, he did die. So now Team Fnatic on the back foot once again, having to drop back to their second point here, and it is still 0-0 in this first half between Nerd Stars and 2 + 2 = Fruit. This is a North American game, so there are 2 halves played, unlike the last couple of games I cast. Anyway, oh my goodness, we in fact are going to have, later on today, we're going to have the draft for Pug NA. I totally didn't realize that, but I'll go over that later. Apparently an event was just scheduled, so that's going to be really fun. The Nerd Stars sound like they are pushing in here with an Uber, and oh, good damage there coming down by Aristotle. Excellently done to him, and so with that one pipe managing to force back most of Team 2 + 2 = Fruit. Now the Nerd Stars are really loving their position here, and yeah, Fnatic just way out of position, hanging out on this little corner here, so having to drop back with all the damages coming towards them. At the very least, they did not die, but they have lost that second point there now, so looks like they're going to have to do some off-classing here. BRELOOM still on the Engineer, and he is probably, I want to say, going to set up a... Oh, look at that! His medal was stolen. I wanted to say he was going to set up a teleporter somewhere around here, though, because that is a very common thing to do. Once you've set up everything else... Looks like a dispenser, actually, so my bad. But it's a very common thing to do. You can actually run a battle NG even in the highest levels of competitive play, like ESEA Invite. This is, of course, ESEA Open. But getting that teleporter up there means you can reinforce so quickly that it's, even if you lose like 1 person or 2 people on the attack into the last point here, it can, I mean, you can get them right back into the battle. And of course, the respawn time there once you've capped is actually really short. Once you've capped second, so the Nerd Star is getting in here with an Uber, but the Uber for Cord is still at 100%. And good job on the mini sentry there, and the heavy, I'm sorry, as well, dealing a lot of damage to the enemy team. But this heavy is very hurt right now. You got 78 health left, and the Nerd Stars, now that the enemy's Uber has popped, they probably need to drop back down. But look at this, the 30% advantage now going to the Nerd Stars. It's just they only have 3 players up right now. Do they have their teleporter up, though? It looks like they might, and is 2 + 2 = fruit? No, I don't see a teleporter anywhere around here, so the Nerd Stars may end up losing this area. I am not sure. No, the fruit team here, the fruit vendors, actually not able to push out just yet. I mean, they did have a couple of big, slow, heavy classes and people who just weren't able to get in a position to take the push. So the Nerd Stars are going to have a second attempt here to get in and shoot once again for the goal, see if they can capture that point and put them up 1-0 against the fruit vendors. And my stream chat is just going crazy right now because BRELOOM is still on the engineer, and he was, I mean, yesterday we were talking about this on X Television, but BRELOOM was just everybody's hero for not playing Scout at all, just going non-stop mini sentry engineer. Oh, big kills coming down here. The Nerd Stars has lost their medic this time around, and Aristotle, the only man left alive aside from BRELOOM here. I don't think it's going to be enough. Lots and lots of damage coming down from Aristotle. May get a kill there, does get a kill on Let's Do It Live, but that is going to be it. He is down. And now the teleporter's down as well. BRELOOM is not going to be happy about that one. Does get a kill on Afro, though, and so now dropping down to mini sentry, and this mini sentry by itself is causing a huge amount of hassle for the fruit vendors. Along with BRELOOM, BRELOOM is single-handedly holding off second point from this push-out by the fruit vendors, which, I mean, almost shouldn't happen. The fruit vendors really should have been a little bit more aggressive there and knocked him out, but they just, maybe the demo man was not reloaded, they were not in the right position. So it looks like fruit vendors have had to drop back once again. That's just crazy. That BRELOOM did manage to keep the team alive there on the second point, and so now once again the Nerd Stars have a bit of an Uber advantage and are able to push. Going to have another attempt here at pushing in just a second. So that teleporter going up for BRELOOM, and we're watching him heroically build it up to at least level 2 there, if not level 3. The tree has 100% right now. And they, I think, are going to push very shortly, but it looks like the 100% is going to be ready for Cord as well. And if there's one thing the fruit vendors have been very good at doing so far this game, it has been holding on to that Uber until the enemy is entirely wasted, and they just have not lost a lot of players. Veronica trying to deal a lot of damage, but taking a lot herself. They do also have Afro on the sniper, and can Afro get a pick here? No, he switched back over to Scout. Looks like he was spotted out there. But yeah, now the Uber's popped once again as a very good counter Uber there for 2 + 2 = fruit. Afro trying to focus down that mini sentry as it's being built, but it actually repairs some of the damage you do to it while it is building, so probably could have waited a little bit longer to start shooting at it. It basically shut down Afro there for that entire time. But look at that, the Nerd Stars once again having to drop back, taking just a little bit too much damage. Their medic is still up, but these pushes for Nerd Stars just not working very well. Oh, look at this, BRELOOM actually just came back up, walking out of this teleporter, setting up a mini sentry immediately, and I think he got the kill right there on Cord, gets the medic kill. Oh, I should have stayed on the BRELOOM cam there because he got a medic kill. The Nerd Stars have a huge advantage now. It's just Dana and Spyro left on the point. Dana as the heavy, Spyro as a soldier. I think the Nerd Stars are going to have this. That heavy, of course, he's spun up dealing a lot of damage, but it's just not enough. The Uber does come down now for the Nerd Stars. That is the tree popping his Uber, and there you go, the Nerd Stars led decisively there by BRELOOM, the mini sentry engineer. Do manage to cap and bring it up 1-0 against Fnatic in the first half, and that's already almost been 15 minutes here in the first half. Here is a very long round. Cold front, I mean warm front. This is warm front, guys, not cold front. Look how warm it is. Tends to be a very long map. So here we go. We are watching the Nerd Stars once again get out to the middle point, and BRELOOM running a Scout. He did tend to run Scout out to the mid fights because, of course, Engineer just not going to get there in time to deal the damage. But oh wow, look at this! Both teams trying to vie for control of the high ground here on top of the house. It looks like the high ground has gone to Juzus of the Nerd Stars, but meanwhile, a very good aggressive soldier jump there from the fruit vendors. So this could go anybody's way right now. Each team has only lost one Scout. The Nerd Stars here, lots of damage coming down onto them though. Aristotle and Tool both taking a lot of damage, and Tool. Oh no, the Nerd Stars having to drop back here. And they have, but oh, is this a good idea? They are pushing in with an Uber. The tree actually Ubering, flashing it between his scout and his soldier, and now having to drop back. He did manage to force the Uber from Cord, though, so if nothing else, he managed to reset the Ubers here and is going to be able to drop back towards second. But Veronica 420 here getting 2 kills there on Nerds, I think on Tool and Nate Rivers. May have just gotten the one on Nate Rivers. Nonetheless, awesome kills there for Team Fruit Vendors. So pushing into second here, they're going to have an easy time. And wow, my voice is like disappearing. But I will try my best to continue this cast. Team Fruit Vendors here should be able to push in with, they don't have an Uber advantage, but they got the high ground. The enemy does not have an Uber to stop them. A little bit of a sticky trap there, but did not manage to kill anyone because Let's Do It Live did have his overheal from his pocket medic. Now they're dealing a lot of damage from this high ground. It's going to be tough for them to really, for Nerd Stars to really respond to the Fruit Vendors. So the Fruit Vendors getting in here and just managing to push the living daylights out of the Nerd Stars. I don't think Nerd Stars is going to be able to hold second point, especially with the hero BRELOOM down right now. Afro does die there by Tool, though. So the Fruit Vendors here, even though they have the high ground advantage, so far not making the greatest use of it. Now they pop their Uber. The counter pop is already done, I think, by Nerd Stars, though, so it's not a counter pop. It was actually the first pop there by the Nerd Stars. Tool out here trying to deal some damage, and the Nerd Stars actually look like they have defended their second point, so well done to them. That was actually some really weird Uber timing there by the Fruit Vendors. I think their aggression here is just a little bit off. And, I mean, it's like Basic told me. It could very well be because they don't have their normal team in there. They haven't practiced with some of these backups as much. So, you know, they didn't have their starters in this game. That could be part of it. But BRELOOM, once again, on the Engineer. And we're not even going to watch him right now because there is a lot of damage coming down here. Jesus ends up killing Dana, so the Nerd Stars once again have the initial player advantage here. Afro having to drop back, and he's waiting for that health kit. There you go, finally spawns for him. I thought he was going to say those in time with the rockets, but then he started having to reload. That was too bad. Oh well, Team Fruit Vendors does still hold on to second or the midpoint, and they're going to push on to fourth here once again. The Nerd Stars is going to have to do a very good job of defending. Spyro there took too much damage, so having to drop back. And oh, Jesus gets the kill on Afro there. Took just a little bit of damage from midair. And now, oh, that mini sentry getting up in his way. BRELOOM, what are you doing? Putting a mini sentry in the way of Jesus' rockets. It caused Jesus' rocket to explode in his face. That's never fun. But yeah, BRELOOM coming up here, and he's probably going to be dropping as much down as he can. Not probably going to survive too much longer here unless his medic can get up and heal him up, but it looks like that may just happen. He has managed to drop back here towards the second point, so yeah, he'll be just fine. And Team Fnatic has lost 2 players so far. So sorry, I have not been on the mouse as much as I should have here. Having a little bit of allergy problems today, but nonetheless, Nate Rivers here doing some good hold on the high ground, and where is BRELOOM? He is dropping those mini sentries left and right. Good kill there on Veronica, manages to finish her off, and dropping another mini sentry down. Like, it's just non-stop. They are out there dealing as much damage as possible. Sounds like they do go down very quickly, though. I think Team Fnatic has started to realize what's going on here. But no, they are still losing so many players, and it looks like they're maybe trying to bomb in against the medic here, because look at this. The Nerd Stars have 100% advantage ready to go right now. Veronica 420 here dropping those stickies down, and oh, that was going to be a big hit there. Didn't really do a heck of a lot of damage there because Aristotle was overhealed, but the Nerd Stars have their 100% Uber advantage. They are ready to push in, and it should happen very, very shortly here. This is an extremely aggressive hold by the Fruit Vendors. I'm not sure why they're hanging out here. They can actually get jumped really easily. That may be what happens, and the mini sentry down once again. But it looks like Fruit Vendors actually dropping back here. They were just trying to deal a little bit of damage. Afro trying to knock out the medic over here, but it doesn't quite work. The tree could have taken some more damage there, but Afro not happy about missing all of those shots, and he just got body blocked away from the tree. So, the tree just deciding, why don't we just bypass the entire enemy team here, and looks like a pincher movement here by the soldier who went up to the left-hand side means that Team Fnatic has lost 2 players right now and had to drop back, but the Uber has been popped, and Spyro coming up here trying to take most of that Uber for his team. BRELOOM goes down there, dropping a mini sentry. It is not going to do too much damage there. So, sorry guys, the revolution has not started quite yet. BRELOOM, even though he is running a battle NG this whole game, it has not worked out for them so far. He's done a little bit of damage, but not a lot. So it looks like, wow, Team Fnatic getting so many kills there. The Nerd Stars having some trouble here, and now the tree, no sir, going for the Uber Saw, and that was not going to work for him. He was just out of position, though. That was not going to work at all. And yes, XTV is casting live games today, but not just yet. It's going to be more like a couple of hours from now. My stream is asking me questions, and that is what I'm answering. Sentry gun goes down once again. Oh, poor engineer gets knocked out again, and fruit vendors once again pushing out onto the middle point. Taking a lot of damage though, and actually Cord goes down. Juzus with a very good rocket jump in there. Team Fnatic here trying to deal as much damage as they can though, and the Nerd Stars very, very strong aggression here, but is it the right choice? No, it is not. Team Fnatic getting around behind them as they aggress and dealing a lot of damage to the medic here. They need to back out, but I don't think Tool's going to be able to keep his medic alive here. Oh, no, he's not. Very good surround there by the fruit vendors. BRELOOM taking a teleporter. Where does this lead? Looks like it just leads to the second point here. It's a decent position for it, but it does go down right away, and BRELOOM gets knocked out by a rocket to the face. So far, no good for our engineer, BRELOOM. The Nerd Stars now running Nate Rivers on the sniper, kind of as a desperation play here because they need to get a pick very quickly as soon as this attack comes in. Wow, very close to a good kill there. Juzus had 5 health left after trying to take on Veronica 420 in the hallways. Veronica was doing just fine, so that could have been a very, very deadly mistake there if Juzus had gone down. We will have to see, though. It looks like the Uber advantage for Cord is ready to go almost. They should probably be pressing this a little bit faster, but let's see. What are they going to be pushing into? I think they've realized that there's a sniper out there, actually. Maybe that's why they're not pushing right away. Maybe watching for that. Juzus over here ready to flank anything that comes in, but let's just find the pocket here. 14 Fnatic looks like they are ready to push in. Yeah, they're going to Uber in now. Good try at a headshot there, but did not work out for Nate Rivers. Oh no, Aristotle with a huge sticky trap there though. They are Ubering a heavy into the point right now. This is Spyro playing on the heavy and Cord just walking past the enemy Uber. Of course, while he's invincible, not taking any damage there at all, so he's going to be just fine doing that. But is the Fruit Vendor's attack really going to work here? Afro still trying to deal a lot of damage, but he's actually down to like 8 health right now on the Scout. Team Fnatic here doing a good job of pushing around, but this could still go either way. Oh man, Let's Do It Live has a lot of health right now, but that mini sentry is causing him some problems, and it looks like it's him versus a demo medic combo. Only 4 health left for Let's Do It Live. Actually could just pull out the equalizer, and that's what he's going to do. Oh, almost gets it though. And look at this, still keeping the pressure up here. Team Fnatic pushing in non-stop. Dana here trying to deal the damage now, but it's just Dana against the entire team. So once again, Fnatic here, I don't know. I think there was a lot of that this game where teams were just throwing in one player at a time and really just take a breath, guys, and fall back. That's what you got to do sometimes. BRELOOM taking a lot of damage there from that rocket, having to fall back for his team. But it looks like now the teams have kind of set up their front lines once again. And let's see here. The tree taking a little bit of damage, but he should be okay here. He's got that 100% Uber. Problem is, where is the rest of the enemy team? Can they stop a back cap or something crazy like that? Looks like no back caps have happened yet. Spyro has gone down. Let's just find Team Fnatic. Looks like, yeah, they have all backed out here away from that second point. But they've kept their medic alive. So 80% Uber now for Cord. They may just push right back in. Oh, Veronica taking the sticky traps once again. The Aristotle there has just been placing very good traps this whole game, and Team Fruit Vendors has kind of been falling for him, so no good for them. Oh man, Mini Sentry Engineer getting around behind Cord and actually forcing the pop here, doing a lot of damage before he finally goes down. That is not where Team Fnatic wanted to pop that Uber at all. It took way too much damage there from BRELOOM. So, heroic play by our Engineer, playing basically like a Scout would, just trying to get around and doing some flanks. Wow. So Team Fnatic here now with an Uber disadvantage, and they are probably going to have to drop back to mid here. The Nerd Stars taking down Spyro, who attempted to bomb into Tree, but that was not going to work at all. So it looks like Oktoberfest time indeed. The Uber's ready to go. Aristotle took some damage though, and is the Uber going to go on Tool? Yes, it does. Tool jumping up here, trying to deal some damage here to the Uber, to the demo man, I mean Veronica. Oh, look at that rocket, just barely missed between. Oh my God, it went right between the little ramp here and the ledge, and so didn't manage to deal the damage that he wanted to. Now the Nerd Stars actually have lost their medic and basically everybody. Only 2 soldiers left. Now 1 soldier left alive. Oh man, they really wanted to get a lot out of that Uber, but it just was not meant to be. It looks like Team Fnatic is going to be able to push into last here. Not even everybody from the Nerd Stars is up quite yet. Nate trying to do what he can and did a lot of damage there, so that was finished off against Let's Do It Live. But now if Cord and the rest of his team just stay back and defend second for a little while, they've got a huge Uber advantage here. So Nate Rivers, it looks like that's exactly what they're doing. Nate Rivers on the sniper now, going to look out to the left-hand side here, just peek and see if he can't find a medic to kill, but probably nothing is going to be coming around this side anytime soon. Let's just check the Fnatic cam here, and looks like Veronica trying to spam in, but yeah, nobody's even walking down this way, so that sniper down there not doing a heck of a lot. And there is a sniper here, a counter sniper on Team Fnatic as well. Always fun to see who wins the sniping wars, so let's just watch the Afro cam real quick here. He does spot the enemy sniper and gets that fully charged body shot, 150 health taken off of Nate Rivers, but Nate was overhealed there above 150, so he is still alive. Looks like here comes the Uber now, though, and Spyro just a little bit far back here. I'm not quite sure why they were this far back, but knocking out the teleporter and the sentry gun right now. And now Fnatic has lost lots of players once again. This is just about the longest round on Warmfront I think I have ever cast. Oh my gosh. And the Nerdstars once again with a very successful defense here on the last point. Oh man, BRELOOM coming around behind. Let's do it live and just saying, see you later, dog, as Duder would say. Dropping a couple of buckshot shells into his back. No fun as a soldier to take that. So, wow, I'm just seeing some amazing play here by the Nerdstars so far. Awesome, awesome defense, and they have, I think, Team Fnatic here kind of falling apart on offense. They've managed to take advantage of some of the mistakes that the Nerdstars have made, but then when they get to those last pushes, it's just not working well enough for them. They don't have that coordination that they need to push in. Meanwhile, BRELOOM, once again, running that engineer, getting those mini sentries down. Team Fnatic here, though, knocking out Juzus, and they may be able to once again take advantage of this mistake. The thing is, Nerdstars have 100% Uber right now, so we're going to have to see exactly what happens here, whether that Uber is popped, but we're going to actually watch the BRELOOM cam for a little bit, keep an eye on him. The Nerdstars here, once again, with their 100% Uber, probably going to push in pretty soon here. BRELOOM is just hanging around the flanks, watching like a scout would, and so kind of fulfilling that role. Afro does go down to a rocket in air from Tool, so the Nerdstar is there with a player advantage now, and BRELOOM still hanging around the mid area, so he is way behind his team's lines. They're taking, oh, Tool goes down though, and BRELOOM does end up getting a little bit of damage there to that scout, but yeah, the Uber is now popped, and the problem is the 100% is ready for Cord, so I think Cord's going to push right back out here and be able to deal the damage that Team Fruit needs to push out to mid once again. Interesting though, BRELOOM hanging out behind and has not been spotted by this scout. Scout battle going on here. Nate Rivers trying to take on, who is this? Yes, look at this! A back cap going on by our engineer while the Uber has just gone down for Team Fnatic, and even though BRELOOM is the only one left alive right now, he has actually managed to cap, running all the way back towards the last point, getting popped up in the air though, so he does go down. But a back cap saving the middle point there for the Nerdstars by BRELOOM. So, Nerdstars just need to start building that Uber up once again. Team Fnatic is down to just their 2 soldiers now. They are playing disjointed because they don't realize, I just bit my tongue, but they do not realize what is going on here. They've got to go back and recapture their second point. No fun for Team Fnatic. And that Uber just was kind of a failure. Even though they managed to kill a lot of players in the center, they missed BRELOOM, and so he got that back cap. They've had to fall back here, and now they're actually all the way falling back to their last point. They couldn't even manage to recapture the second. So Dana once again going on to the heavy, and the Nerdstars are going to be pushing into last pretty soon, and that's pretty much all due to what BRELOOM just did there as an engineer, getting that back cap. Very awesome play so far. So, wow guys, this has been an epic, like, long game. BRELOOM here trying to take a pill to the face. Well, you probably shouldn't eat those pills. Those are not very good for you. Sounds like Dana has finally gone down, so the Nerdstars have done a good job of focusing the heavy, but Nerdstars now having the same problem here where they're just not able to deal the damage. It was actually a Quitchkrieg popped in there, and it just didn't do anything to the Fruit Vendors. So, oh, and a Pyro! We've got a Pyro out here, completely shutting down the Nerdstars, and they've gotten... Oh man, did you guys see that? The Pyro was taking all of their attention from the front, and the Team Fruit Vendors just walked around behind. Great pincer movement there to cut off the medic, so now the Nerdstars have lost their medic once again. Mini Sentry going down there just to try to stop a little bit of, deal a little bit of damage out there and slow the push a little bit, but it's gone straight down after getting like 10 shots off. Oh man, my stream is still going crazy over BRELOOM being on the engineer. He is back on engineer now, guys, so calm down. He's going to play engineer. But look at this. The Uber is ready to go for the Fruit Vendors once again, and they are jumping in here, being very, very aggressive, and they can afford it because there's only 3 left up for the Nerdstars right now. Even though Fruit Vendors have not popped this Uber yet, the Nerdstars have just lost fight after fight here. I think they've been a little bit uncoordinated, so The tree has made the call. Guys, let's fall back. Some of those trees were my friends, and they have all died right now. Yes, if you got that reference, you're a nerd too. The Nerd Stars, though, falling back here to second point, trying to build that Uber as fast as they can, just so they can have it even with Team Fnatic here. And they've got all their players up now, so they should be able to at least make a play to defend second here. Problem is they don't have this high ground. The high ground has gone to Team Fnatic here, so the 2+2 equals fruit team is going to be able to push, I think, into last point. Oh no, they've actually lost 3 players right now, and Nate Rivers going huge here. Can he get more kills? At least the enemy's Uber has popped. Oh man, and so Nate Rivers ends up finally going down there, but the Nerd Stars counter-popping the Uber now and pushing on to their second. They should be able to cap it. Afro here, though, is on the spy, just now getting up into the area. Oh, can Cord get this? Uber saw a hit, though. Not sure. Oh, wow. A back cap there. Was that a back cap? I'm not even entirely sure what happened because I was too busy watching the medics trying to attack each other, but yes, there was a capture by Team Fnatic. It is now tied 1-1. The Nerd Stars were trying to desperately push out towards their second point, and it just was not happening. So there they go, guys. It's 1-1. It's tied up between the Fruit Vendors and the Nerd Stars, and this is good half because there were only about 20 seconds left when the round started. BRELOOM, I'm taunting. Looks like this round is pretty much over, so the half is going to be tied up 1-1, guys, and I'll be right back with the second half.
And we're back. The Nerd Stars have swapped over to red team, and the second half has started. And we have team 2+2 equals fruit now in the blue. Scores, of course, tied 1-1 after that intense first half, just complete back and forth play all over the place. And now we are going to see who wins this mid fight here. Looks like everybody pretty much running the standard classes, so the BRELOOM Revolution, no, it has not started yet, but I'm pretty sure it is going to start soon. Aristotle actually kind of missing a sticky jump there. That is no fun because it means it's going to be just a little bit later to mid, but it looks like it doesn't matter too much so far. Both teams here facing off right against each other, though. They have both chosen the same side to roll out on, and that is never good for the team that is taking the more dangerous rollout. That is the one that does not get any sort of high ground advantage. So for 2+2 equals fruit did a lot of damage there, but they only have Veronica and Spyro up right now. And there goes Veronica down to Nate Rivers. Let's see if Nate Rivers can go huge here, get that last kill. Looks like that's exactly what he wants to do. Oh man, gets Spyro down as well. So that is a wipe for 2+2 equals fruit. BRELOOM actually died, and so this, guys, this, ladies and gentlemen, is where we may start to see him go back to engineer, and it looks like the tree, oh yeah, okay, I'm sorry, I was going to be like, oh, do they have a sniper? No, they don't have a sniper. The tree was just switching spawns there, and the best way to do that is to switch characters. Switch classes. So, the Nerd Stars here pushing into the second point once again for Team Fnatic, and no, BRELOOM is not on the engineer right now. I am sad. I'm a very sad panda because, seriously, he is one of the most awesome engineers I think I've ever seen in ESEA Open. But here we go. The Team Fnatic here, 2+2 equals fruit, doing a good job of defending their high ground. This is kind of where you want to defend, and we've said this a billion times before on Warmfront, but this high ground area here lets you look out the door and lets the enemy not push in here. If you do not hold the high ground, the enemy holds it, they get to push in there to that second point, and there's just nothing you can do about it. So it is good for Team 2+2 equals fruit here to be holding on to their high ground as much as they possibly can. They almost have their Uber ready to go here, so it looks like, oh, is that a Kritzkrieg popped in? Yes, it is. Looks like, though, that Team 2+2 equals fruit actually does have their Uber ready to go, and they didn't even have to pop it. That was not a very good pop there by the Nerd Stars, and so the Kritzkrieg not working for them. BRELOOM has gone down right away. Looks like they've managed to knock out Dana, though, and let's do it live, actually. Oh, no, the Uber is forced here, but this Uber is too late. Should have probably popped it quite a bit earlier on Let's Do It Live, because now that they're missing a soldier, they're gonna, oh no, 2+2 equals fruit is suffering some pretty massive damage here, and I do not like this decision to push out. They are pushing with only 3 players. They can't watch their flanks. In fact, they can watch their flanks, except then they leave their medic completely unguarded, and this is what's going to happen. Cord goes down, and so now 2+2 equals fruit, where they did have a big Uber advantage there, or should have had an advantage, just misplayed that after the Kritzkrieg was over. They really should have pushed out as a coordinated group and popped that Uber a little bit earlier to keep themselves alive. So I'm not sure what was going through their heads right there, but man, that just didn't quite work the way they wanted it to. So now 2+2 equals fruit. Team Fnatic, once again, backed up to their second point here, and they will be forced to defend Juzus, and it looks like BRELOOM coming up here and trying to deal damage from the high ground, and yeah, it looks like the Fruit Vendors are dropping back to their last point. And that is, of course, because they did not have the positioning that they wanted to. They just couldn't stop the high ground attack there by the Nerd Stars. And so, better to retreat and try to defend last than to get into a bad position, defend second, lose everybody, and then lose last right away. So, this at least gives them that next opportunity. And, of course, the last point here is very, very well defended. There are only 3 entrances, the right, the middle, and the left. So they get to pour all their damage onto those choke points as the enemy walks into them and hopefully take out 1 or 2 before they even get in there. Of course, the Nerd Stars have a significant Uber advantage right now, but Afro doing a great job on the Pyro to keep that away and keep them at bay. Looks like there's a little bit of a shout out there to the Masked Jackal. I'm not even sure who that is, and it seems like Cord isn't sure who that is either, but here comes the Uber right about now, just when Cord is reaching his Uber percentage, though, and it looks like he's going to have his just barely in time. Does he manage to pop it, though? He's charged, and he's not popping it yet, and actually a good decision here, but looks like the Nerd Star is still managing to keep up this aggression here, even though Cord has his 100%. He's not popped it yet. Cord, what are you doing? You probably need to pop that Uber and get them out of here. No, he just wants to see if he can hold on to it, get the kills without popping the Uber, but no, it looks like he does eventually have to turn on the invulnerability here to get the kills, and actually does not manage to get any kills at all. Now that the Uber has gone down, and the Nerd Stars have 4 players up. Oh, Cord taking a huge amount of damage here, and looks like this could be it. The Nerd Stars may actually end up capping here. No, they're backing out. They had a big advantage, but oh, and there's a Pyro in here too, so that is actually a pretty significant deal. The Nerd Stars don't want to push into that, because he will just... The Pyro is the master of area control. He will control your space all day long, and he will control you. It is no fun at all. Afro here coming in now to play the Sniper. So he has swapped over away from Pyro now that it's not a desperation move anymore, and he wants to try to snipe the Nerd Stars as they come in, delay the push, or maybe get the medic, in which case Team Fruit Vendors here, 2 + 2 = fruit, can push out to the second point if they knock out that medic, because they will have a huge Uber advantage. Sounds like a shot went down on somebody, but I'm not sure who. It seems like actually didn't really get a lot. Now the Nerd Stars know that there is a sniper out there. They're watching for it. They're making sure they do not get sniped. There's a little sniper dot there on the pipe, but Tool sees it. He's just like, yeah, I know what you're looking at, dog. So they pop the Uber early here. Now, of course, that is a problem. Popping that Uber early means that you have a little bit of less damage potential, because the enemy has all the time in the world to respond to it. They did lose Let's Do It Live, but Judas and 8 Rivers both down now, and it looks like Tool here, the only soldier left, goes down very quickly to Afro. Spyro's finally going down to BRELOOM as well, and BRELOOM trying to do some big damage here, but having to drop back, only 20 health. Now Aristotle and Judas, the only 2 damage classes left alive, and oh, look at that Pyro work. Oh, Afro just saying, later, you are going to die here to my beautiful shotgun. And he's actually got a pretty sweet hat on right now. Check that hat out. It is the rubber glove, and it is in pink. Good attempts at reflects there. Sadly, they didn't work out, and that is the problem with not being able to reflect things, is that sometimes you get really hurt by rockets that land at your feet. So Fruit Vendors have managed to push out to their second point again. They have a big Uber advantage here, and it looks like they're going to push out to the last. BRELOOM is back on Engineer, though, and we're going to check that out, because BRELOOM was so awesome on the Engineer this game, just doing crazy, crazy work here. He's going to go ahead and start dropping mini sentries, and he's going to drop them in some very nice positions here. Look at this. This mini sentry is defended from any sort of attack that comes in from here. As soon as something starts jumping over, that is when it will deal the damage. The Uber does come in now, but what have they Ubered? They've Ubered into one person, and he has actually managed to get away. No, Judas just barely managed to go down there, cratered into the ground, but now a counter Uber. Actually, look at the Nerd Stars. They built that up so fast, countering right back into the point, going straight for Cord. That's what you want to do with your Uber. Make sure you kill that enemy medic, and they do. And look at this, a back cap going on once again for the Nerd Stars. BRELOOM has back capped again and set down that mini sentry. He's just going to build another one right here, and that mini sentry there is going to stop this scout from being able to stop him. Scout actually walks over some stickies, and wow, BRELOOM plus Aristotle equal the Nerd Stars going up 1-0 in the second half. So BRELOOM going to hop over back to Scout for these mid-fights. Of course, he wants to make sure he gets out to the midpoint and help his team out on the flanks as much as possible. And we're probably going to watch Nate Rivers' cam here, but that was an awesome back cap once again by BRELOOM, just walking around behind the enemy team while the Ubers are going on. Fruit Vendors were basically losing that fight anyway, but that just made it so much faster. And of course, with those back caps, they don't even have to worry so much about the enemy setting up a really strong defense, because all six of all six of their team obviously are not defending. So let's check out. We got big soldier jumps over here. BRELOOM goes down right away, but Nate Rivers taking out Dana. Now Veronica 420 has gone down as well, and that's going to be a pretty big deal. Oh, the tree has gone down for Nerd Stars, though. Can Nate Rivers manage to make anything happen here? He does knock out a soldier, and it looks like actually, oh no, one of the soldiers for the Team Fnatic has gone down, so that is going to be a pause. We'll be right back after that. Pause is over. It looks like our man has rejoined the team, rejoined Team Blue, trying to get that. Yeah, there you go. He's back on there now. So Fruit Vendors lost a man. That kind of sucks, but I think he was already dead anyway during that fight, so it's not going to be such a huge deal. The Nerd Stars managing to capture the second point here, and now Aristotle pushing in, or I'm sorry, capturing the midpoint. Aristotle is pushing into the second. So he's going to get in there, start laying down some stickies just in case anything tries to come up and flank him. So far, he's getting poked at by a scout, though, and so this scout here, who are you? That is Fnatic's Dana. Dana is looking out here and saying, okay, well, we kind of know where he's putting those stickies, so probably nobody's going to get trapped by that. Yeah, look at this. Well done by the soldier there. He knows where that trap is, so not going to get caught by that. And the Uber is popped in. Well, oh, wow. Very, very good flank here with this Uber, and that means the Tree, Judas, and Tool all go down. Well done there to Team Fnatic. Great capture here so far. They've managed to knock out just about everybody. There goes Nate Rivers, a complete wipe, and Cord even getting some kills with the needles. Look at that beautiful hat the Cord is wearing. That is a hat that I want for sure, but of course I already have Sal's pink hat of awesomeness, so I'm not sure if I'd ever be able to actually wear it. But wow, that was a huge wipe there. I think Nerdstars was just completely caught out of position. They were trying to push forward against the enemy. They were looking down the right-hand side, and the fruit vendors just pushed up the left. And it was like, oh, wait a minute, there's an Uber on top of us. What do we do about this? Except die? I guess there's not really a lot that they could do. So, looks like the fruit vendors here capturing second. Oh, they want to push into last. They have a big Uber advantage right now. And BRELOOM is on the engineer again, but for last point defense, yeah, it looks like he's setting up just a normal sentry here. So it's not going to be the mini sentry. He is not a battle NG, as they are called. He is just straight up normal defensive NG with a normal wrench. And he's going to start upgrading that sentry as soon as possible. So the Nerd Stars backed up here to their last point after some really good aggression there at the mid-fight. They just were not able to follow it up. They really should have had a better time there, but you get caught out of position like that just once, and that's the kind of mistake that can cause you to get all the way back up to last here. Now the Nerd Stars, they do have Nate Rivers right now looking like he wants to play on the sniper, going around to the right-hand side, but bear in mind that the Uber has already come in, so he's just a little bit too late on that and is actually popping back out here as a heavy now. The Ubers has gone down. No, the Ubers have gone down for both teams. They have faded now, and here comes the heavy starting to do work. Nate Rivers with a huge kill there, but he does go down very quickly. Good focus there by Team 2+2 = Fruit. They're getting on that point, and there you go. It is tied up 2-2. 2+2 = Fruit versus the Nerd Stars. Each team having 2 points so far. This is a crazy, crazy back and forth game, so I am loving to see it. And of course, I already cast this. I already know how it goes, but you might not. And it was such a good game that I really wanted to make sure it was cast again, just for the BRELOOM Revolution. The going main engineer for most of this map was really awesome to see. Yeah, so here we go. Team Fnatic. Actually, Veronica is pretty late to mid here. If your scouts beat you to mid, then you are late. Nonetheless, it does not going to matter too much. Afro did go down, though, so that's one scout down for Team Fnatic right now. And we have a lot of death going down now for the 2+2 = Fruit team. They have lost Veronica 420 as well. Nate Rivers, first casualty here for the Nerd Stars, but the Nerd Stars are standing on this point now with Jesus, and Team Fnatic is dropping back rapidly. They really cannot hold up against the superior number of players on the Nerd Stars that are up right now. So, and look at this. They're leaving a scout on the point, but everybody else for the Nerd Stars is pushing in right now. I'm not sure if I agree with that decision. They really need to be very careful about this push because the enemy does have an Uber. Look at that. Oh, they forced the pop there very, very early. They did kill Afro, but that is only one kill on a scout with his Uber. Really what you want to do is you want to get the kill on the enemy medic, and no, they forced the enemy medic to pop now, but they did not get any kills out of that aside from the scout. That means that the Fruit Vendors are going to be in a very good position here. Tool is down right now, but at the very least, the Nerd Stars managed to get in there, force the enemy to pop, and then look at this. They're actually dealing a lot of damage, even though they only have 3 players remaining. I was going to say they did a good job of dropping back and not losing too many players, and then they kind of turned it around and started losing players, so my bad. The Nerd Stars kind of made a mistake there, I think, with that push. But yeah, Nate Rivers here just trying to stay alive against a demo and a scout coming at him, but looks like it's actually worked. Problem is the tree's gone down to Afro. That means a huge Uber advantage now for Team Fnatic. That is Team 2+2 = Fruit. The Nerd Stars having to drop back once again, but look at this. BRELOOM is on the engineer. Where is he right now? I want to see. BRELOOM is just getting to mid right now. Looks like there's some big aggressive soldier jumping going on by Tool, trying to stop this mid capture as long as possible because he wants to keep the forward spawn for his team. And yes, the tree has gotten that forward spawn. BRELOOM setting up mini sentry once again and just trying to deal some damage over here. Does a little bit of shotgun shots, but yeah, okay, so BRELOOM doing a good job here of setting up the mini sentry in a place where it is going to keep the enemy from being able to push for a while. Actually did a little bit of damage there. He's not using the Frontier Justice right now, so he does not get any sort of revenge crits once his mini sentries die. But look at this. The mini sentry actually forces the Uber pop a little bit early. Uber has come around here for the fruit vendors, and they are trying to deal with some of the attacks. But look at this. Medic, Demo, Engineer on the point right now, doing a back cap, and that's going to force the fruit vendors to come back here. For sure. Problem is, they're going to start walking over stickies. Oh no, Spyro goes down right away. Veronica 420 is going to try and stop this cap, but oh, look at all these stickies on the point. This is great play here by the Nerd Stars, and BRELOOM getting onto the last point is going to be down to the wire, but it looks like they're going to get the back cap. Nerd Stars 2-1 against 2 + 2 = fruit, and once again, BRELOOM leading the back cap Engineer revolution. Now pulling out the fish and going to be whacking people with it on his way out to the mid-fight, and we're going to see if we can't find Aristotle and watch his rollout here. But wow, this has been such an awesome game so far, and I love seeing creative off-classing by these teams. It is especially cool to see creative off-classing that works well, and the Mini Sentry Engineer seems to be working pretty well for them, especially for the back caps on CP Worm front. Both soldiers aggressively jumping out here right now, trying to deal damage to each other, really, and so they're not dealing a lot of damage to people who are on the ground. But look at that, Dana and Veronica 420 have gone down once again. BRELOOM ends up dying here, but Cord was taken out by Juzus, and now Juzus trying to kill Let's Do It Live. Oh, it's going to be an equalizer battle. No! The equalizer battle was stopped in its tracks by Nate Rivers. Nate Rivers, where are you? Come on, man. When you see two soldiers going at each other with the equalizer like that, you just let it happen, dude. Just let it happen. But anyway, Nate Rivers deciding that he would rather keep his team alive, so I guess, you know, tactically, that might have been the right decision. Honor-wise, I mean, not a huge decision, not a good decision at all. BRELOOM apologizing, apparently, for playing Mini Sentry Engineer. I'm not sure why he needs to apologize, because I love seeing it. It is pretty awesome. Let's do it live. Why even apologize? So weird. Okay, so the Ubers do come down here once again for the Nerd Stars. Just one Uber, actually, because they're only at 30% right now on Team 2 + 2 = fruit. Whoa, though, huge sticky bomb. No, not even a sticky bomb detonation. That was just pills, from straight pills from Veronica 420. Uber saw battle from the medics, and oh no, that's not going to happen. But BRELOOM walks in, and just at the very last minute there, gets the cap. BRELOOM Revolution, he just walks in and makes it look easy. Oh, everybody else standing there on that point. That was so awesome by BRELOOM, just know exactly when he needs to come in there and finish everything off. So yeah, guys, BRELOOM is like the MVP this round so far. He has been the one leading all of the caps practically. This has just been awesome to watch. So Aristotle taking the right-hand lower ground rollout once again, trying to launch some stickies over here on this right-hand side, but everybody is coming through this other right-hand side, so he's actually not hitting anybody. Surprise, surprise. Sometimes you just lay down stickies and they don't do anything at all. But look at all the people dying so far. Juzus is down, but he managed to at least take out Cord with him. So once again, the medic for Team 2 + 2 = fruit is down. The tree is still up right now, but he sounds like he's out of position there. Afro with 1 health left. Where is the tree? Okay, he is getting safely back to his second point. That is what he wants to do. Make sure he maintains the 76% Uber that he has, because that's a big advantage over 2 + 2 = fruit. And once his team respawns here, he should be able to bring them up to mid and recapture it, assuming there aren't any crazy mistakes going on. Afro still has 1 health. Afro, dude, come on, get healed up. There he goes, finally waiting for his medic to heal. So now he's back up to a full overheal. Of course, full overheal for the scout, 185, and he's going to use that as much as possible to head over here. Try to poke in. He's losing that now, though, and so the lower health you get, of course, the less you want to poke, the less aggressive you want to be. That's why the medics like to keep everybody overhealed, especially those scouts on maps like this. If you keep the scouts overhealed, they can take a hit or two and be just fine. Nerd Stars here defending their high ground on the second point once again. They've actually got a scout standing out here. BRELOOM was doing some very, very aggressive stuff. Oh, wow. Aristotle, what are you doing? They pushed right out into Team Fnatic, and they lost Afro. Team Fnatic, of course, knows that they have an Uber disadvantage right now. Big jump by the Demo Man, but the medic is nowhere to be seen. Cord has done a very good job of dropping his entire team back, so it is even Ubers right now. Cord managed to build his up once again. After that free Uber there at the mid-fight for the tree. Looks like there is no advantage anymore, so we're going to have to see. Let's see, Tool doing some jumping over here. I think Tool is probably I want to say he's the roaming soldier for the Nerd Stars. Getting in there, and looks like they want to deal some damage here. Does the tree, it looks like he actually has just regular Uber, so Aristotle coming to come here, probably get Ubered as late as possible. They want to hold on to this for quite a while, but all the damage right now looks like it's coming down at the tree. He does manage to pop that Uber just fine, and forces the counter pop from Team 2 + 2 = fruit. Now they are dropping back and trying to capture the high ground. This is really what they wanted to do. They're leading the blue team down onto the point so they can control the high ground. Cord goes down. by Juzus and BRELOOM, actually, so well done to them. Now Dana down. Now Veronica as well. That is a full wipe there on the second point for Team Fnatic. They lost their high ground advantage. They lost a lot of advantage that they have there positioning-wise. And here comes the capture for the Nerd Stars to make it GG. 5-2. Nerd Stars against 2 + 2 = Fruit. That was an intense game, guys. It was amazing. I loved watching it, and I hope that you loved watching it too, because Viva la BRELOOM Revolution indeed. I would love to see a lot more like creative offclassing coming in, just changing the 6v6 game ever so slightly and forcing other teams to respond to it. So this has been Salamancer. I hope you hit that subscribe button on YouTube here, and I am going to sign out.